guys, welcome again to another BTC Daily Update. I hope you are doing great today. In today's BTC Daily Update, we will be talking and analyzing the daily time frame for Bitcoin, the 4-hour time frame for Bitcoin, and the 1-hour time frame for Bitcoin. As per your request from the last YouTube video, I had some comments saying that they want me to analyze lower time frames, so I'm going to be adding those low time frame analysis as well to the BTC Daily Update videos that I will be releasing every day, hopefully. With that being said, let's get started and let's talk about BTC. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot if you can help the channel grow. And if you want to follow me on X, link in the description below. With that said, let's start with BTC. Let's start with the charts and see what's happening. Now, before I get started and before I start analyzing each time frame separately, I just want to clarify something very quickly and very briefly so you and I can be on the same wavelength when I talk about something. So I just want to talk about the time frames. Just to give you an idea, if I say daily, what does it mean? 4-hour, what does it mean? 1 hour, what does it mean? Now, if you're a follower of mine or if you're, if you've been watching my videos for quite some time, you probably know this already, but if you're new to the channel, I just want to remind you guys about this brief introduction on the time frames so you and I can be on the same wavelength when it comes to analysis. So basically, when I say I want to analyze the daily time frame, or let's say BTC is bearish on the daily time frame translates to the next 5 to 10 days basically. So if someone says that Bitcoin is bearish on the daily, that means that over the next week, give or take a few days, BTC is most likely in a bearish downtrend. Now, for the 4-hour time frame, if we analyze the 4-hour and we say that Bitcoin is bearish on the 4-hour, that translates to the next 24 to 48 hours. So basically, we can say that BTC is most likely bearish over the next 24 to 48 hours. Again, give or take a few hours here and there, it's not going to be a big difference. As for the 1-hour time frame, if I say that BTC, for example, if someone says BTC is bearish on the 1-hour time frame, the 1 hour translates to the next, 6 to 12 hours, basically. So half a day. So if I do a video update in the morning, your time, and I say Bitcoin is bearish on the 1 hour, that means by the time that it hits nighttime for you guys, most likely our target that we, sketched or charted on the 1-hour time frame has been reached, basically. So just wanted to get that out of the way so you and I can be on the same wavelength. With that said, let's start with the daily time frame first, and then we're going to go to the 4-hour and then to the 1-hour time frame. So on the daily time frame, if you remember from my previous video, I told you that we were in a bearish downtrend here on the daily on this channel right here, downward channel. We've escaped the channel. I think this channel is no use for us anymore. This doesn't mean that Bitcoin is bullish now. It just means that Bitcoin has left this structure. It's not going to be using this structure anymore. We're not going to be using it anymore for TA or charting. Maybe we can use the top end of the structure if we do tap it once more before heading once more up, or if we, tap it and lose it on the way down. But generally speaking, as of now, this structure right here, we don't need it anymore, okay? We are out. We're trying to form new structure now for Bitcoin. With that said, as per my video yesterday, I still think that BTC on the daily is still bearish. We are still under the daily EMAs, as you can see here. So we're still under them. And just to give you an example from previous price action, as you can see here, when you're below the daily EMAs, this is what tends to happen. So you tend to either pop above them slightly, consolidate and drop, or you tend to just, wick above them slightly and then drop. But generally speaking, till you have a clear breakout similar to this with a clear breakout candle, you will still be bearish on the daily time frame. So again, daily means the next 5 to 10 days. So I think personally over the next couple of 10 days or 5 days, the best case scenario for BTC would be a breakout candle, obviously. If we don't get that, and if we do continue to end up being in a bearish downtrend, obviously the best case scenario that we're going to get is something that looks like this and then a drop to the downside, okay? So basically either we wick above the daily EMAs, or we have a few candle closes which aren't really breakout candles. So these are not breakout candles. These are not breakout candles. We need breakout candles with force and with confirmations, and we need the consecutive candle that comes after that candle, basically, if we do have a breakout candle, to be bullish in nature, and we need the price to keep rising up and up and up and up. That will confirm that you have escaped the bearish downtrend on the daily time frame. Till that happens, unfortunately, we are in a bearish downtrend on the daily time frame. Now, keep in mind one thing. The reason that I think that we most likely will do this is because we still have a CME gap at 59. I think one is at 59, and another one is at 60, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have a CME gap. Let me zoom in here to show you. I showed you this yesterday. We have a CME gap here, and we have another gap, I think, at 59K, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere here. Where is it? I think I saw it somewhere. But yeah, we have another gap for sure around 59K that hasn't been filled yet. So we have these two gaps that need to be filled. And I think, these gaps tend to be filled most of the time. Most of the time, they tend to be filled. Hence why I still believe that on the daily time frame, we are bearish. So if I'm going to give you an area, basically, if I will draw this box like this. Okay, let's say like this. This box is your resistance box, okay? Till we have a clear breakout above this box with a retest to reclaim it, we're not going to be able to move up. And the best case scenario that BTC will do is probably do something like this and then drop to the bottom once more to fill these CME gaps, okay? So daily time frame, unfortunately, bearish for BTC. 4-hour time frame, which translates to, the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, the 4-hour time frame is in a bearish downtrend as well. It has been in a bearish downtrend since that 63.8K local high that was hit. So we are still in a bearish downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. I personally think that the worst case scenario for this would be a top of like 61.8 to 61.5. There is a supply and demand zone here, small supply and demand zone here, as you can see. I think this is the area of interest for any longers. If you want to long properly or have a swing long, it probably will be around here because, I don't think the 62.5 or 62.4 area is going to be the bounce area basically for BTC. Especially that the 4-hour time frame is still bearish. Now, obviously, I could be wrong when it comes to this, and the reason that I could be wrong, obviously, is because 4-hour time frame has been in a downtrend, obviously, since Monday. It's almost over 24 hours now, and we really haven't dropped too much. So that's something bullish in itself. Personally speaking, till I see a bullish flip of this indicator on the 4-hour, I'll still remain adamant that I think this is the area to be, longing from. Now, obviously, we are above the 4-hour EMAs, which is great. If we maintain above them and the 4-hour time frame is done with its bearish, trajectory, and we're still above the 4-hour EMAs, then the bounce will probably come from there, which is around 62K, 62.2K. Okay. Just to give you an example, just before we move forward to the 1-hour time frame, just to give you an example of what it means for the 4-hour time frame to finish its bearishness. So, for example, here, when we were around 62.2K, right, the 4-hour time frame was bearish, and then around this area, once the indicators flip bullish again, this is where the bearishness was ended, basically, or this is where the bearishness did end, around this area right here. So this is what you should be looking for. You should be looking for these indicators to, flip from full bullish to full bearish, or from full bearish to full bullish, and then that after you get the confirmation on that trigger, that's where your entry is going to be. Personally speaking, I think you have two entry zones here and here. As I said, this entry zone is only going to be legit if the 4-hour indicators flip full bearish and then start to go into a bullish trajectory once more. Whereas this area is the more conservative area because I think there's still a lot of downside left for this. Now, we could do something like this. Be very careful as well. We could do that and then we could pop once back up. But it's going to be very, very hard to predict this whole move like this from just seeing only the 4-hour time frame. As for the 1-hour time frame, which translates obviously to the next, 6 to 12 hours. I mean, it is in a position, it is in an area where you don't really want to short, obviously. It is in an area where you don't really want to short. We are, at local resistance right now, 62.5K area. But as I said, till that 4-hour time frame gives you a bullish trajectory, till that 4-hour flips bullish, there's very, very little you can do if you want to be entering along here. All right. So over the next, 10 hours, I think and I still believe that the best case scenario will be either a drop to this area or a consolidation. So if we can see consolidation over the next 12 hours above 62K, then most likely this is where the longing area will be coming from. If not, then obviously this area. And I personally believe this area is going to be the best area, the perfect area to long, basically, if you are a Bitcoin bull. And that is it for today's analysis, guys. I think I was very clear. I think just to do a quick recap, daily time frame still bearish. Next 10 days, I think BTC most likely will just do a quick wick to 65 or 64.6K and most likely continue back down towards the 60K area once more to fill the 59 to 60K gap. On the 4-hour time frame, we are still bearish as well. And I think that the worst case scenario for this bearishness on the 4-hour is basically BTC heading towards 61.8 to 61.5K for a nice long entry. As for the 1-hour time frame, right now is inconclusive. What I can tell you though is that if in the next 10 to 12 hours we see consolidation over the 62K area, then most likely BTC will pop from there once more to retest either the highs near 63.8 or maybe sweep them as well. It should sweep them because we have two local highs already at 63.8, if you can see here, just to show you. We have two highs here at 63.8, which need to be swept. And if they get swept, the next area of interest for me for a potential short, it will be around 64.6 to 65.5K. That area right there is probably going to be a nice area for a good short on BTC. Or at least a scalp short, if not a swing short. So that is it for today's Bitcoin update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot if you can help the channel grow. And if you want to follow me on X, link in the description below. Thank you again for watching the video, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.